out all disruptive influences.
Lacking the appropriate zeal for their assigned work? Report them for refreshment post-haste. Good idea.
Commander, this unit requests your presence in the cockpit to discuss a priority matter. A significant anomaly has been detected by onboard sensors. This unit has cross-checked all data points and verified the findings. Horizon Point Station has reappeared. It is not dissimilar to how the prototype modulator unfolds rifts, Commander, based on energy readings. Horizon Point has been reconstituted by the Protectorate's large-scale rift modulator, thus confirming the Archive's theory. While present data does not indicate if Horizon Point poses an immediate threat, a survey of the reconstituted station is advised as soon as possible. Calculating. According to the Archive, closing all rifts requires locating the Protectorate's large-scale rift modulator and inputting the rift data processed by the Archive. However, before navigating to Horizon Point Station, it is recommended you conclude all other affairs. Leaving will be highly unlikely due to the high levels of rift energy. Acknowledged. Additionally, due to your failure to secure a peace treaty between Auntie's Choice and the Order, and their subsequent displeasure, you will face Horizon Point's dangers alone. Acknowledged.
Like the second choice has got a new shipment of swill. Gave it a try. Needs some aging, but not too bad.
What? I was just with Barney. He said we're not getting any new shipments for months. What did he let you try?
Well, I maybe didn't run it by him.
Sorry, loitering ain't my crime of choice.
Behind the bar said Auntie's finest star wife on it.
That wasn't booze. That was shipwax.
I was under the impression that Free Market Station was open to all. Why am I being accosted?
Free Market Station is open to all, except spies. It's awful suspicious how you've been gallivanting about, asking everyone questions.
I am not a spy. The information I'm collecting here shall be of historical significance someday. Surely you can appreciate that.
Right. And I'm sure that information wouldn't help at all in clearing us out of the station years from now. I'll be watching you.
Greetings. Are you perhaps interested in advancing the knowledge of Arcadia's history through scientific exploration? What am I saying? Of course you are. Please, do tell me anything you might know about the crash of the ACS free market. Drat! It's mortifying that my options would be so limited that I must resort to random chance to achieve my aims. Do pardon my forwardness. I saw that you were a new arrival, but I held out some hope that you might be able to enlighten me where the station populace has not. As an archivist, it's my duty to collect and record hitherto unrecorded knowledge wherever it can be found. But my earnest questions have been met with suspicion. The ACS Free Market is a crashed Auntie's Choice freighter. Free Market Station was hewed from the ruins and built into the settlement it is today. If some independent preservationist would be willing to assist me in discovering the truth, I certainly would appreciate it. That's great. I can offer you a stipend from my exploratory budget for anything you might manage to discover. Converse with the locals, peer into unturned corners, and see what your able hand might unearth. I look forward to furthering the cause of history with you. I'd ask about in the saloon and the bazaar. Both are places where gossip flies about like so many tarot rays. Sub Rosa likely has some information about the crash, but I'm not sure where. You also might be able to find some intact portion of the ship amidst all of the station's wreckage. Take a look around. I'm sure you'll be able to get farther on your own.
Hope that wayward science type didn't disturb you much, friend. We of the station normally do our best to dissuade partisans from making nuisances of themselves. Ain't surprised they're pleasant to you. You don't have to worry you'll be made a target. All that aside, enjoy your time on the station. Don't get into any trouble. Yeah.
If it inflicts grievous bodily harm on other people, I've got it. Hey, you smell gunpowder? Do you want to? Then buy one of my handy firearms. Browse all you like. Everything I've got is fine-tuned to perfection. I'm glad you asked. Weapon is an all-encompassing term. A rock can be a weapon, or a stick, or a particularly agitated sprat if you have thick enough gloves. But what I sell here, I wouldn't dare lump them in with mere weapons. These are finely tuned instruments of personnel elimination. You have my guarantee. My equipment for annihilating one's foes will never fail on you. Full disclosure, my guarantee is not guaranteed. That's privileged information, friend. If you want it, you're going to have to kill me. Just jesting. Although if you did want to kill me, I've got many finely priced perforators tuned to do just that. Perhaps you'd be inclined to take a look at my wares? Feel free to go on a murderous rampage with what you buy. It's good publicity.
If you lost it, I'm selling it. Look, everyone else here? Nothing you buy from them will matter if you get killed. So armor up. Tell me what you need. Booming now. Used to be a few other armor shops on the station. As it happened, their owners mysteriously vanished. I picked up their inventories real cheap, since they were just taking up station storage. It sure was a convenient windfall for yours truly. Real convenient. Exactly. I wish some other sorts around here who like to cast aspersions were as understanding as you. Can do.
Doctor here. Get your stitches. If you're here about a toothache, you've come to the right place. If you're here bleeding from a dozen bullet wounds, I suppose I can help with that too. If you've wounds that need stitching or teeth that need scrutiny, I'm your doctor. Yes? Is this a problem? I'm the only doctor on Free Market Station. I think that excuses whatever quirks I may or may not have. My prior faction demanded I strictly adhere to my vocation and forego the world of dentistry, under penalty of death after a certain number of infractions. Suffice it to say, I'm pleased Free Market Station allows me to be myself. Medicaments and more, all sufficiently regulated, or thereabouts.
One thing I do like a lot, working with tools, outside. Beats punching input keys all day, any day. If I never see another automech, it'll be too soon.
Buy from me, please? Yeah, listen, I know I shouldn't warn you about this, but anything I sell you runs the risk of exploding. I trust you'll appreciate my forthrightness and, be all the more willing to buy from me. Kindness? I've been having some problems with my machines since I arrived on this planetoid. But that's enough about myself. No. Ships decidedly ain't in my purview. You sure I can't interest you in some bric-a-brac instead of this conversation? You can tell? Damnation. Sounds like you know what it's like working with technology. Maybe I can confide in you. Before it crashed, I served on the free market as a secondary engineer, first grade. Had a colleague who was very talented, but not very good at hiding it. The supervisor saw her as a threat and demoted her to the engine room. She wasn't the type to take a blow without dodging. My colleague sabotaged the engines when her partner was on his mandated 2-minute break. When the free market attempted to breach orbit, well, just about everyone died. I made it to an escape pod on the port side. The ship landed on its starboard. I got lucky. Yeah, me too. Anyway, can we get back to subjects that aren't this? I got goods to sell. Be happy to show you.
Hello? Not selling anything, I assure you. Well now, you have an ineffable air of intrigue about you. Weren't raised protectorate, were you? Who are you? I probably should know what that is, but I don't. Sounds real legitimate, though. Sorry, I'm Millie Mealing. I started a training group here to help ex-protectorate subjects adjust to having to care for and, well, think for themselves. We also try to reconnect them with loved ones. Know the concept of community can be alien to most, but we occasionally enlist aid from wayfaring travelers like yourself. Try to, that is. Admit I'm still relatively unversed with the process of barter. Why don't I describe what's needed and we can, haggle after, all right? Involves the mental refreshment facility on Praetor. Not sure what you know about the process, but we were told all our lives to volunteer others for treatment was a blessing. To replenish someone's zeal and ensure our perfect society ran perfectly. What they didn't tell us was the person who comes back weren't always the same. My father, he liked to alter official protectorate songs to make them about his favorite pitchball club. Wasn't expressly prohibited, but it was different. I'd rather not say, if it's all the same to you. Before I came here, before I learned the truth about mental refreshment, I was the one. I reported my father like a good protectorate subject. Didn't learn about all their lies till later. Took our settlement being deemed a recreant locality for most of us to leave. One morning, we were all marked for death because Auntie's Choice had seized a grain silo on the edge of town. They expected us to die in its defense. Most of us have similar stories. None are quite used to fending for ourselves. Things like bargaining, manual labor, asking questions. Sugar. Have each other, though. All of us here lack much in the way of appreciable, applicable skills, honestly. Used to spend our days programming automechs to do work for us. The idea of sneaking past guards, possibly fighting them, fast-talking our way in, me and the others are still struggling with, the basics of commerce. Pretty sure we're being charged 3 times the going rate for everything around here, if you want to know how that's going for us. All right, I can assemble some bits from the other refugees. One of us has a shock assault rifle with some extra oomph. We can give you that, too. Once my father is freed, that is. I do know a little about how things work. At least, I'm learning. Good. If you make it past the guards outside, you could maybe present yourself at the front desk as a walk-in, a subject voluntarily turning themselves in for mental refreshment. Look for my father inside. Name's Waylon. Waylon Mealing. Might have to convince him to go, depending... don't want to think about what he's been through. Hope he's all right. We'll post someone out back to wait for him, where the guards don't patrol. Meet me here afterward. I can't tell you how much this means to me. Do mind how you go.
Is a fellow subject lacking the appropriate zeal for their assigned work? Report them for mental refreshment post-haste. It's not just a good idea, it's the law.
Ever so much better once your phrenometric peaks have been abraded.
To deliberate is... Their team plays though. Hello again. Feeling refreshed yet? Not sure I am yet, but how does one know? I make all songs about the paradigm abiders. Folks tend to get rather sore about it. The original version's about being a good protectorate subject and turning in your neighbor if they lack zeal or think thoughts and such. In my case, my daughter reported me. No, my daughter's name is Emily. Millie is a nickname for Emily, but I don't call her that. I couldn't leave. Not yet. Haven't completed my regimen. My phrenometric peaks are still jutting all over the place, they say. Are you in disguise? I don't recognize so-and-so as a title. This feels a bit curious to me. but I feel compelled not to question it too much. Maybe the treatment is working. I'd go with you, I guess. But I need something first. They took all my things when I arrived. Stored them in storage. My commemorative pitch balls in there. From my favorite team, the Paradigm Abiders. Can't leave without it. Oh, commemorative pitch ball! I missed you so. Let's never part again. Suppose I'm ready to leave. Well, almost. One way out's the safest. Someone dug a tunnel in the kitchen pantry, though there are 2 automechs assigned there now, to keep subjects from wandering in and ambling off. Okay. Ready to go then, I suppose. If we get separated, I'll meet you there.
Medicament dispensing has concluded for today. Please proceed to the lecture hall to request an exception.
The tunnel out was right here. Oh, they put a poster over it. Take it down, and I can be off. You mentioned my daughter afore, didn't you? Is she waiting for me somewhere through there? This is all right neighborly of you. Can't thank you enough. Now, after you. By all means. Guess all outsiders aren't as bad as prudence makes you out to be.
How are the informant lines treating you? Hear anything good?
Not terribly. My only field bound.
You just bought a shooter from not a weapons store, right? How's it treating?
It ain't. Can't be
My contraptions don't explode no more. Honest.
Before I forget, here, this is for you. Thank you ever so much for freeing my father. He seems good, actually. No discernible lingering ill effects. Still, singing. But I'm so grateful to hear it.
My friend from Placid Waters. Appreciate you fetching the pitch ball Millie got me. And of course, the escort out of there. Though mostly, the pitch ball. Wonderful, wonderful. So good to see Millie again. Don't know how to do anything here, but I can sing to my heart's content. You heading out? Do take care. Again, much obliged.
Glad there are people out here like you. Gives hope. Both of us, well, we're forever in your debt.